Hi, everybody. I'm in a really, really fun mood this evening. I wonder how long that's going to last. If you want to see me in front of the camera, I actually have a video version of the show, and that would be found at spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can also make a donation for the show. I call it the 8 No Wait. We got 2 of them already. Tonight looks a little light right now. The cue, be honest with you, it looks a little light, but you never know. Every show is, by the time I get done talking at the intro, the switchboard usually is extremely full. But tonight we do have a number of people may donate. 2 people made donations. We got one Otherside connection waiting. We got a couple of live readings waiting, and so on and so forth. So anyway, thank you for coming this evening. I hope you all had a wonderful Memorial Day last weekend, and I wasn't here. I mean, at the radio show, I was here where I live, but I was luxuriating. I was having a nice time. I was taking it easy. Because one of the things I've learned recently is how just to be more peaceful with myself, with my life. And I want to share this with you, excuse me, of the wonderful things I've been learning about healing to happiness, and see if you can apply it in your own life. But anyway, that'll come in a moment. I first need to do a little bit of housekeeping. So as I mentioned, there is a website for the show, spiritmediumtv.com. And there you can make a donation, the 8 No Wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. As well, you can learn about how to get a third more time free in your personal private session with me. And that would be, I don't really have a name for it because I couldn't think of one. Believe me, I tried. But anyway, that's also there. It's explained. And since I'm on that subject, and there's no mystery to it, when you are ready to have a private one-on-one session with me, if you ever are ready, just go to booklaura.com. That's BOOKLAURA.com. And if you place in the event code field the words radio show, you will automatically obtain a third more time free in your private session, which comes out to be a 25% discount. So it's a nice substantial discount. So I think that's about it, other than the fact that that's about all the announcements I have, other than the fact that you can actually watch me there on a video. It's not terribly exciting. I apologize. It's just me. But maybe someday I'll figure out a way to make that more interesting. Actually, I am going to be doing something that's going to be a little more interesting in August. It's not going to be done this way, I don't think. I think I'm going to do it a little differently. But I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live of a haunted house tour in Vermont. So that should be kind of interesting. And I will, if I can, I'll try to do some readings or connections for people, but mostly it's just going to be a review of this place called the Eddy House, EDDY House, which sounds very interesting, but I won't go into that now. So today's focus subject is about peace, how to be more peaceful as the way to find your life purpose. You know, as a psychic, we get the question all the time, particularly if you're a soul-oriented psychic. A lot of people come to me for insight to why they're here on Earth. What are they supposed to do with their lives? Give it some meaning, some purpose. And this particular article, which is called Peace is Purpose, if you're listening to this show at a future point in time and you go to spiritmediumtv.com, at the top of the page is a magnifying glass. And if you simply put in Peace is Purpose, this article will pop up. If you're listening tonight and you want to see the article, it's just there on the right sidebar under recent posts. Peace is Purpose. How to discover what is your life purpose. So quite often we all think about that. What is my life purpose? Why am I on Earth? And if I have an idea of what that is, maybe it'll make me feel more peaceful. Maybe it'll make me feel more productive. Maybe it'll make me feel like I've arrived. I've come home to who I am. So this article is a little bit of a tease in a way. I always, well, lately I've been doing a lot of channeling in the article. So, besides my little intro to why I'm talking about this or what prompted this, I do some channeling. And they say, the ones who channel through me, that I'm going to just jump to the punchline. Can I do that? Is that okay, everybody? That when you are no longer seeking your purpose, but learned how to be happy, just simply being alive, you have found your purpose. Because your life purpose is learning how to be happy without having anything other than consciousness. It is living in the now. So you are life purpose by being in the now, by being simply who you are. So it's a little bit of a, shall we say, puzzle. Don't mean to be so obtuse here, but basically, when you learn how to be simply happy in the moment, not striving for other things, including life purpose, then you have found your purpose, which is to come to Earth and learn how to be happy by simply being. And that sounds kind of Buddhist, right? So it sounds kind of mindful, right? But yes, when we learn to be happy by simply being alive, having consciousness, we have arrived at our purpose. And once you arrive at your purpose, which I don't talk about in this article, funny things start to happen. You start to get led. You move out of the three-dimensional reality or three-dimensional false reality of chasing butterflies, chasing carrots, chasing this and that, and the other thing, all these things you think you want, to allowing what I call divine flow to happen. You get led to more abundance, led to a functional purpose. Okay. For example, you have come into Earth to be a healer, or you've come into to Earth to be, oh God, Laura, really? Somebody who picks their nose. I heard in my head a nose picker. But whatever it is that is your purpose, you start to get into this divine flow, and you start to have these beautiful sacred coincidences, more commonly known as synchronicity, which leads you along your divine path to healing. Excuse me, I'm going to have a little water. Your divine path from healing to happiness. So, the first step to having your life purpose is learning how to be peaceful in your skin, learning how to not try to handle everything yourself, and simply being. And I did a little experiment which was channeled to me, and it's in this article, that if you try, like if you spend time every day journaling about what you really, really want in your life. Ooh, doesn't this sound like fun? Sit down every day like as if you've opened up a huge box of chocolate. But instead of the chocolate, you're journaling about things you want. And then some of these things you can actually give to yourself. Maybe you just want to look better, so you start working on that. Or maybe you want a better relationship with one of your children, so you start working on that. You start giving yourself the things you want. And a funny thing happens along the way. All of a sudden, you stop wanting, because you realize that you can pretty much get yourself things you want. So you stop that whole process and just go into living in the moment of now and taking care of what you want. You just start giving it to yourself automatically. And when you arrive at that place, then you start to be happy just for being alive. What a concept. I am happy just for being alive, and I am happy just to be talking to all of you this evening. And yes, the switchboard did get very full as I was talking. Ooh, good. Okay, so this whole idea of being happy for just being alive is kind of like radical, I know. But there are books written on the subject, not just my own book, Soul Abundance, but other books. And at the end of this article, I do refer you to Eckhart Tolle's A New Earth, Awakening to Your Life's Purpose. And it is going to be a lot of what I've already said. By the way, Spirit doesn't discriminate in who they disseminate these messages to. I didn't actually read the whole book. I bought it at one point for myself. I do have a copy of the book, but I actually got the information before I read the book, or before I was introduced to the book. Okay, so what we're going to do now is a group message, and then I will go to the phone lines. First, I will do people who want Otherside Connections, and then I will go to people who have life questions. If you've made a donation, you go before others in your group, your category. So if you've made a donation, you have a life question, I have to get through the Otherside Connections first. But if you made a donation and you have an Otherside connection, you go first. You go primo first. Okay, so everybody please help me to join together in creating what is called a morphic psychic field. Everybody please listening, please sit back in your location, uncross your arms and legs, going into open body position. Begin to breathe from your abdomen, taking deep and relaxing breaths in and then out. Asking for His Spirit, God, to come into you, opening up your heart to change, to possibilities, for healing, for happiness. If you are calling this evening for an Otherside connection, please call in those souls that you care to address this evening from the spirit realm. Keeping in mind that we need to be open to who does show up. So you may be calling in one soul, but another soul shows up. That is the mystery of spirit. But nevertheless, call in those that you want to speak with. And if you have a life question, if you would please focus in on that mentally now. Again, I am now going to go off and do the prayer. I will be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, if you would please release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, so let me call in the ones or any other divine entity that cares to join us. One moment, please. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to discern with you your own level of healing to happiness. Each and every one of you is at a particular point in the continuum, and the continuum is infinite. Never feel that you are not moving ahead. Never feel you are being left behind. The moment you understand that wherever you are at is the perfect place for you, you will begin to enter the divine kingdom of a higher vibration. You will be evolving. One might ask, what is the value of evolution in any event? Why would one want to evolve spiritually? The reason, my dear friends, is that when one evolves spiritually, one is happier. One feels joy. Joy without the context of having anything other than yourself, your consciousness, your beingness. And so evolution is that. It is moving you from wanting things to simply being who you are, having your consciousness, being alive, knowing, feeling, hearing, seeing, and participating in the divine flow and energy of the all that is. Each and every one of you has this same divine purpose, and that is to know this joyful energy of flow, this joyful energy of being alive, this joyful energy of the context. We call being context. There will be a time when you evolve and there will no longer be a context. There will simply be yourself. Context means that you are living within a framework of relativity, which is the human dimension at present time. As you move forward in evolution, you move out of context and to unification. Context is relative. Unification is oneness. Be one with all things is your evolutionary joy point. That is the place to go. When you understand that you are one and unified with everything, you have arrived at a higher vibration. Namaste. Whoa. When I let them go, they go. They started in with something that was understandable, but they went into something that is advanced metaphysics. But just basically to paraphrase, it's all to do with that idea that when we understand we are not separate from what we want, we're not separate even from God, we're all connected. You can imagine it energetically that we're all connected in this vast web, this infinite web of energy. Then you have moved from context, which is relative, like I'm here, you're there, to unification, which is we're all connected. Interesting. Okay. And so I have somebody waiting for an Otherside connection, and that would be Trisha. Hold on. Hey, Trisha. Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Yeah, I've been trying to get into my safe house, so I was checking you something. Not on the
Oh.
I was listening to you as well, so my focus was everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know how to do on the other side. We've also done a project that I just started creating. That I want to get into the right person. So there is a particular person in spiritual brain that I just want to say. But anything that comes through.
Okay, thank you. As you sound like you know, spirit it will come. The person that is most needing to come in with highest ability to come in will be the one that does show up. But we'll see what that is. Now, as soon as I got your name, I heard Otherside Connection for you, and I felt a woman, and she has a nurturing aspect to you. I don't know if that's who you want. So what I'm going to do right now, Trisha, is I'm going to just see who else is there, and then I'll allow you to choose a direction, and then hopefully that will be developed to who you want. Let's see what happens. Hold on, Trisha. Yeah, I still feel that. Okay, there's somebody else there also. Hold on. There's also a younger soul that shows up. It looks like a female, and she would be a female, a younger soul related to you. Could be just a person who is younger in the family that passed, or it could be your own child. I don't know, but I do see a young girl before me very clearly. There's something to do with this, which I have to take, Trisha. So even if you haven't lost a daughter, even if you haven't lost a child, there's something here that needs to be stated. Quite often, well, not that often, but every now and then a mother figure to you, or maybe somebody who's older, will show a child before me, because that would be you, the child to her, but let me just develop it and we'll see where it goes. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then maybe I see a young girl, and she doesn't look any older than 9 or 10. She has light brown hair. It's parted on the side. And she's got a little bit of wispy bangs. She's very cute, wearing a dress, and she's very kind and very loving and sweet child. She's, for some reason or other, also wearing colors in the family of orange, like burnt orange and beige and that kind of thing. Not sure what has any significance, so that's why I'm being a little bit more detailed than I normally would be. And let me see if there's anything I need to go beyond with this. If she needs to step aside, or if we need to develop her. Now, as I move into her energy a bit further, I'm taking into the heart cavity, into the chest cavity, and into the heart areas. That there was something going on with the heart and the chest for this particular child? Would you know that for your sister who you're thinking of?
She actually died of breast cancer, but she was in therapy of it. She was in a
All right, that's fine. Don't volunteer anything for me, love. I appreciate that, though. Thank you. So you know, that's fine. But I just want to honor that I am seeing something. Hand, and as I'm looking at her, I have a vision of her. Of course, it appears on the left of my picture, but it is her right hand holding it up, and in her hand is a papyrus or some kind of paper that is folded up. I don't know again what she means with that, and I'm going to get a vocal connection in a moment. There's also a little dog with her, a little puppy that she found. Okay. Now, do you know if your sister, the one who died of the brain cancer, if she had a dog or found a dog at home, or there was a dog at home, please?
No, we didn't have a dog. I have a little dog.
You have a dog in spirit. Okay. Okay. Well, I see a little Shih Tzu. Okay. I see Shih Tzu, right? Is that what you said? Trisha? Oh, a Sheltie. Oh, how beautiful. Okay. Well, she kind of has the dog now, so I just want you to know that. Okay, so she has the dog around her. She has this piece of paper in her right hand. She's saying hello to you. She loves you very much. She also says that mommy is here with her. Now, mommy could mean grandma also, or it could mean mother, your mother. Now, would you understand your mother is in spirit, please? Okay. Now, I do feel around your mother's energy. She's come to me 3 times begging to come through. She's a doll. She's very patient, actually, is what I'm trying to say. I feel a sense of wasting away, or that she would have had something to do with cancer. Would you understand cancer for mom, please?
No, just old age.
Okay, so it's just wasting away. All right. I also see that she has this fairy tale look about her. That she's using a cartoon character or a Walt Disney character, like a Snow White, to symbolize something about herself. Magical, mystical quality. And I'm going to develop it a little bit just to let you know. It also probably means literally that she was very beautiful and that she would have had dark hair and very fair skin. Would you know that for mom, please, when she was younger? She says she's a very kind person when she's on earth. She does love animals very much. She says there's a lot of fatigue in her life. The way she grew up was not easy. It was rather difficult. And she says even for you in the home that you grew up in with her, it was a difficult childhood for you and for many of the family members. We all tried to get along and we did a very good job of it. She said, but underneath the surface, there was a lot of things going around, a lot of rumbling in the heart space, in our hearts and our emotions, and sadness there. Of course, if she lost a child who was 10 years old, that would have been very sad, but she maybe is trying to say something else as well. I'm not asking you for validation, as we already know she lost a daughter, so you know that's enough, but there's something more. And that, if I can get her to say it, I will ask you for validation, Trisha. Let me see if I can get, there's a lot of sadness in it. She says there's a lot of sadness in our home. She says, in particular, the way that you grew up, you weren't allowed to see, she says literally, her word is to see a lot of people, to go and do things you wanted to do. You were held back a lot. Seems to be a lot of restriction in your upbringing. And that could mean a lot of things, but mom is just simply saying that. A lot of restrictions. And I'm going to get more detail. 1 second, please. What do you mean by that, mom? You were held back from doing what you really wanted to do with your life at an early age. We didn't encourage you to do what you truly wanted to do, and we thought it was magical, mystical fantasy. Instead, we told you to grow up and to do things another way, which was a little bit more stoic, a little bit more, mom is saying, you know, intellectual or left brain or whatever, but just to march ahead and do what seems to be the right thing to do. She said, you got it in your head at a very young age that you wanted to be an individualist, to do things your own way, to be sort of character or creator of something. You're very creative, and now I'm going to interpret a little bit. I'm getting a feeling of you as being a writer, Trish, or having something to do with words and literature, and you're very, very extremely creative, but you weren't allowed to do that when you were younger, and I have a feeling that now is the time when it's all being expressed for you. Would you understand that, please?
Yes, yes.
All right. And that's what the papyrus meant, your younger sister's holding that up, writing. So we're going to now go to a question that you would have. You said that you wanted to ask a question, because I think we're ready now for that.
Yeah, I wrote a musical, and I actually did interpretations of John Lennon as well. But I want to get into the particular artist, and when it's the rules and yours, and it's kind of start with and
Okay.
find the right person.
Yeah. Now, sometimes, I know maybe you were hoping for John Lennon to come through, and that would have been nice. But usually we're getting our connections are done on an emotional level. But yeah, sometimes they do come through, whatever. So let's see, when will the door open for this beautiful piece of work that Trish has created? It's going to happen very soon. Mom is saying to you. But she also adds in, not before you've opened some more doors yourself. She says you've done a bang-up job on the work itself. However, you do need to get out of your own way of asking others for help and simply to move forward and go to the source. There is a producer that you know of musicals, this kind of work. She says, I want you to be a little more aggressive in going after that kind of a connection. If you don't get what you need with this person, then you need to keep going in that way. So, Mom, just to come back to you for a moment, Trish is saying to me that maybe you need to take some more steps than you're taking, although the path is there before you, but something's needed on your part to make it happen as well. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it's just that I wrote it down somebody else's I'm just trying to get it to them that
I see. Oh, okay. Well, okay, let me see if I can give you anything on that. I don't really Mom is here, but I probably will get an answer from your guides more than Mom. Let's see. You need to go to these people first before you can do anything, and this will happen in the short run. Don't worry too much about making the connections correctly. The most important thing is to take the steps. There's no correct way to go about this, so don't worry about protocol. Don't worry about steps. Just simply stab out, go do it. In particular, the most important thing is through your connections to keep asking to get to the right people. That's the most important thing. Okay, so just keep asking, networking. Eventually you will, I'm going to give it a time frame here, within 6 to 8 months, be on the point for the right people, get the permission, and then move forward. As a matter of fact, I'm also feeling that one of the individuals for which you're using a lot of music from one person in particular, and that person I feel is going to be interested in the project and might help you get it produced. And I think that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to get it to them, just that's right for them. I know they want to do that.
Yeah.
I just can't remember.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Keep me informed. You know how to reach me via email or anything. Laura at spiritmediumlaura.com is a way. All the info is on the radio show, so you can find me there. But I also want to say that I do see a male in this particular instance as the one who would be most powerful, used most in the music. Looks like he has longish hair and a beard. Whoever I'm seeing, a man. So I don't know if that's the one you're thinking of. That's most important, but that is the picture I'm being given. Okay?
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
You're welcome, love. Thank you. Thank you so much, honey. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I'm now going to go to Kim, who supposedly should be in the queue, and then I will go to Teresa, both of which have made donations. Let's see if I can find Kim. There she is. Kim.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, honey. What was that? Oh, I don't know. I can hear you. Yeah. Now let me just say something, sweetie, before you ask your question. To not give me a lot of background, just give me the question, and then we'll work it through that way. Otherwise, I'm influenced, and it's you're not going to get the best answer for yourself. Go ahead. Okay.
My question is, related to two things, my relationship with my husband, and it's really coming up. So it is really, I'm wondering if actually it's really going to happen. It's also another thing that I'm concerned about, to create some obstacles to that trip.
Okay. All right. Well, let me just say this, that usually we only do one question, even with donation. Otherwise, I would be doing only a reading for you for the whole show. So just I'm trying to set your expectations. All right. Yes, it will happen. All right. Well, I hear it will happen in the near future. The obstacles are not as they appear to be, or not as difficult to overcome. As I say those words, I feel that there's somehow or other you need somebody to be able to take care of something back home when you're on the trip. Like, you might have a caretaking situation or some kind of situation that you need somebody here to be available to take care of something. Could be a business also. I'm not quite sure. Would that make sense to you, please, Kim? As the obstacle.
Yeah.
All right. So that will. Go ahead. Let me explain to you what I'm asking you. Let me get a little clearer. What I'm saying to you is that there's an obstacle I'm seeing, and I need you to validate this, and just be, I need to control our interchange so that we don't, so we can be succinct and that you don't reveal too much and you get the best answer. So what I'm hearing is, yes, it will happen. There seems to be an obstacle in caretaking something. You already said yes with the house and yes with, I think, the business. And so I will go drill down a little bit on that and give you some, wait a minute, there's one other thing. And there's something with your husband as well that relates to this. Either it's him being worried about all this, overly so, or because they're showing me that he has a health issue, and it could be just worry that also seems to interfere with the whole process. But I do feel that the money is there to take the trip. It's just a matter of these obstacles, logistic issues. Would you understand that, please? Yes or no?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now I'm getting a message about your husband that he will, hold on, I need to get it clear. He will tell you everything is okay. So he's going to calm down. He's more the worry wart of the, for this particular situation. He's very worried, or he's like concerned, overly analytical about it and obsessed with it, but everything will fall into place. And so do you want to be specific about the obstacles, sweethearts, each one, and then I'll give you a quick answer on both of them, the house and the business.
Okay. One of these obstacles is we need a roof repair before I can go. I'm waiting on a roofer. I did
Yeah, yes, the roofer will show up on time. I'm also I was going to add to that. that I feel that you may not have the entire thing done before you go, and you may have it covered where it could leak before you go. And then when you get back, it could be completed. So, but the answer is yes to the roofer, and that the one that you're thinking of that has a very good price, just give me initials of that person, that business, and I'll give you a quick on that, please.
Okay, so not the name, the initials of the man.
Yeah, that'd be good, honey. Just go ahead. Casey, hold on. I just want to make sure, since, you know, sometimes the best price is not necessarily the best value because they could not show up. They could do things that are wrong. Hold on, Casey. Good. Yeah, he's good. I get a feeling that he's got a heart of gold. The reason that he is less expensive is because he works on his own. He's not working for a big company. Yeah, and that's why he's an independent sort, and he does a good job. It's just hard to get on his calendar. So you'll find it's a little difficult to get on his calendar. And so what you're going to find is probably he's going to come up with a short-term solution. So then if it does rain when you're gone, which it probably will, it is Florida, you know, when you get home, everything can be done properly. So he's reliable, and there's a good on that. And what was the good thing, honey? The business?
Okay, well, I wasn't that much concerned about my business. The more concerned about my husband is what you said was helpful is really scary. Just behavior, he put a lot of things in his life before we leave. Even right now, he has 2 more trips before we go away at the end of the month. He tries to do way too much.
Oh, yeah.
And I just think that he needs to yeah. So, there's a big factor with, I could say health, mental health.
Yeah, it seems like that. It's like he's obsessive compulsive or something. Give me initials for this person, please.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to make up a question, and it will provide the full answer. SK. He will, you know, he's an interesting person. He gives you, this happens a lot with him, but, you know, you get all worried because you don't think something's going to happen because he becomes obsessed and compulsive. Things got to get done, everything. He gets nervous. It's like an anxiety thing. But then all of a sudden the clouds clear and everything goes back to normal. So it's difficult for you, you know, because, you know, you're his partner. But remember this about him. He goes through his phases. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he'll come out of the phase in time. What you need to do to help him come out of his phase is you need to relax him and calm him down and move him from, to quote a hackneyed spiritual phrase, from fear to love. Everything is going to be all right, honey. Don't worry. And that needs to be your interface with him on a regular basis, because that's his little personality quirk, if you will. I won't go any deeper than that as saying he needs medication or anything like that. I just think it's part of who he is, and it's difficult at times, but don't buy into the illusion. Just keep reminding him everything's going to be fine. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your... I know, honey. I know. All right. Well, that's your, it's what part of your, shall we say, I don't like to talk about karma the way other people talk about it, but that's your illusory growth aspect this lifetime, meaning you're in this relationship to learn how to calm him down by being the one that sees the bigger picture and moves everyone from fear, which is this anxiety, to love, which is calming down, being in the moment, knowing everything is going to be okay. It's all of our growth, really, but this is how it plays out in your life. So just remind him everything's going to be fine, and remind yourself everything is going to be fine, because it is. Okay?
Okay.
All right, love. Thank you so much for calling in, and thank you for your donation. It goes in part to help animals. Thank you, love.
Thank you, love.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. All right, now I'm going to go to Teresa, who also made a donation. Teresa, again, thank you so much for your donation. It goes in part to help animals. I donate to a local charity. I was donating, by the way, to Humane Society. And when I had a cat problem, I had 2 cats that were found. They wouldn't help me. And I decided to go local because I know where the money goes. Anyway, thank you. So go ahead, honey, and tell me what your question is without revealing too much, honey.
Well, I'm glad that you talked about living in the house.
Oh, oh.
Right now, I'm kind of really
All right, let's see what Spirit pulls in for you, Teresa. She needs to move by the end of June, Spirit. So I'm going to start with a question, will you be able to move by the end of the month? And that will provide me a connection to the right energy. You have everything in place to move. You know what you need to do. The money is already there. You will be taken by the hand and directed forward. Learning how to let go and let God is in this situation for you. You just simply need to allow yourself on a daily basis to affirm that you are being led and that you are being taken to the correct location. I get a feeling, something going on. Teresa, honey?
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, it's better if you're, that's all right, honey. It's, oh, that's fine, honey. It's exciting. You know, everybody, this is live, right? This is not rehearsed, which makes it very exciting. It's exciting when things don't go so smoothly. I'm also, so I know. So now what I'm being told is, again, another lesson of moving from fear to love. Ooh, all these lessons. But what I'm getting is that you need to assume that everything is going to come through exactly the way you need it. And you need to get ready. You need to get ready for the move. And I see that by the third week, you'll know where it's going to be. All right. So, and I'll give you as much detail as I can, but I see you packing. I see you getting rid of things. I feel that you need to get rid of a lot of things because you're going to be in a smaller place together. He will come along with you, which will be great. Both of you get along. There's very good energy between the two of you. He's a very constructive person. He's a very positive person, as you are. It will be near the home that you seek or the location that you're seeking. I don't know what they mean by home you seek. Let me get that clarified. What do you mean by the home she seeks? Near where you want to be is what they mean. It came out a little warped. It'll be in the location of the locale, the general locale of where you want to be. I actually see a little town. I see a church. I see tall trees. Around there, I see it looks like a country road that winds, and there's a church, and then behind the church, there's trees. It may be not exactly, wow, it's beautiful. There's even deer, and oh, it's very pretty. I don't know where you are. Where is 503, honey? Is that what?
I live in Oregon.
You want me to tell you if it's Bethany Hills?
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I see. Let me see. I'll go right to the jugular on it. Is it Bethany Hills, please? Please, sir. Yes or no? It will be near there, but not that. And that's what's been driving you crazy because you're fixed on that. You think that's the only place of its sort that you would be able to fit into and or be able to afford. But there are other places in that area that would take you in. that would be very calming to your soul and very good for you. I don't know why they're saying calming to you, but they're saying that calming for your soul and good for you, and that you would be able to afford. There may be a little bit of a difference in price, or a little bit more expensive, but certainly within your budget and what you need to do with your life from this point forward. And is a healing space. Just the place you're going to move into will be a healing space for you, a clearing space for you, and a space for you to get started on a new life. And I hear your work, which is supposed to be helping others in some significant way, as a healer. The word healer is could be a lot of things. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to do energy healing. It could mean a lot of things. But I also feel that you are a communicator and a writer, and you also have a nursing capabilities, or you're very good at taking care of others. We can broaden that a little bit. But whatever it is that you need to do is going to start in this new location. And it is near that place, so look around there, and don't get nervous if a spot didn't open up in that place, because I don't think it's going to be right in there. I think it's going to be near there. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
I'll just go right around.
do whatever you have to do, but get ready. It is important. Have faith and keep networking. Eventually, you will find that place. I get the third week of this month.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you.
Well, Teresa, one other thing, honey. Are you
Yes.
still there? I saw a very clear vision of a countryside with a church, a winding road, and tall trees. If that has any meaning to you, that would be the area to look.
Yeah, okay. It does.
All right.
That happening area kind of further out.
There you go. A little further out then.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. Bye-bye, honey. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. I just want to double check something, because I mentioned donations so much. There might be other people who made donations, and lo and behold, Trisha did. And let me see what her area code is. This happens, I'm experienced, everybody. Now, Trisha, I don't know your phone number, and I can't find you on the switchboard. So you're going to have to send me at least the first three digits. You have to do it on email, which means I can't open the line for you till I know your phone number. Okay, so I don't have it here. You're going to have to send it to me. You can also do something in the chat room if you have access to that, of just putting in the first 6 digits, the area code and the exchange. So I need that, darling, before I can open the line. So while I wait for you to do that, I will take the next caller, who would be Mia, who's been waiting an inordinate amount of time. And then I will Trisha. Hi, Trisha. Hi, sweetie. Go ahead. I mean, Mia, I'm calling. Duh. Hi, Mia. What can I do for you today? And then greetings. What can I do for you this evening?
Yes. Oh, this is awesome.
Okay. Well, let me just. You need to move. Okay. Now, I don't do those kind of readings. All right, love. We're not going to work it through your relatives in spirit. That is for the purpose of healing. When we do mediumship, it's to prove that life continues, not to do personal readings. But what I will do is pull in your guides, and they will be giving us the information. So, Mia, hold on. Yeah. So she needs to know where she needs to move, spirit, and she has a certain amount of time to do it in. And she's getting a little bit nervous. You're from 248 area code. Hold on, Mia, 248. Okay, a couple of things are coming in that you need to do or would help you. I feel that there's a younger male around you. It's either a son or grandson or a friend of the family or something like that. Do you know anyone like that, please?
Yes.
All right. And that you are a little proud to ask people for help, and that I'm getting that you should ask this person for help right away. Don't wait any longer. And don't be so quiet about your needs. Okay. It's not a sign of weakness to need help. Okay. And you do need help. And it doesn't mean that you did anything wrong. It just simply means that you're giving that person, and the person I see right now is a younger male to you, an opportunity to step up to the plate and be the gallant person that he is. So look at it like that, like you're giving that other person a chance to be, a gentleman and gallant in helping you. And that this person will, and that this person will help you in various ways. One in particular is money. There will be some money provided to this person. And he also will help you with a little bit of research about where you can live that would be affordable to you, and that he would do it with great alacrity. Meaning excitement and eagerness and energy, and be so happy to have been asked. It'll be an honor for him to help you. Very important. And that you will get started in a new home and a new locale. It feels like it's a new locale. Let me see what they mean by that. Is it a different city, please? Yes, it's a different city than where you're at now. And it is where you want to be. And it feels like it would be a lot sunnier where you're going, and a lot more fun to be there. I get a sense of southwest, perhaps southwest of where you are, or just southwestern United States. And it feels even, where's 503? Isn't that on your 248? Where's 248, love?
That's Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah. Do you have families? Do you have family that lives elsewhere? Are you trying to move away from there?
Yes. One place is Mississippi, or the other is Florida.
Okay. Well, I get a sense of it's southwest in a sunny location, and southwest of where you are now. So you said you're in Michigan. I'm not sure if Mississippi is southwest of that. But anyway, I just feel warmer climate, fun, and more around your family. So it looks to me like you probably should be asking a family member for help, and it seems like it's a male. And that this person would be more than delighted to help you. So don't be so shy. Okay. And within 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, everything could be in place. Doesn't have to take that long. Okay. And then you'll be around your family members. I see younger people, like grandchildren, things like that. A lot of people around that, and that you'd be so happy. I feel there's a sister of yours as well there, and it's all going to work out for you, my love. Okay?
Oh, wonderful. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
And I will be getting back in contact with you. Thank you.
All right, honey. Thank you, love. Okay, Trisha, I am Trisha. You did the reading first. Donated later. Oh, thank you, Trisha. Thank you. Oh, and you know who the bearded man is. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Trisha. Okay, we have a couple of minutes left. Let's see who else can torture. All righty. We've got somebody who's waiting 40. Wow, long time. Okay, going to 843. Hello, and may I have your name, please? Hello? Hello? No answer. Okay, I guess that person got so tired of waiting, they stepped away. I'm going to go to, looks like this person's been waiting next longest. I'm going to 321 area code, and may I have your name, please?
Hello?
Yes, may I have your name, please?
Oh, okay. Sheena?
Hey, Sheena, how are you this evening?
I'm pretty good. You?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking. So what can Spirit do for you this evening, my dear?
Well, I just want to know, like, if the Spirit guide can let me know, like, in the future, a new relationship, maybe
Okay. All right. Let's see what we get here, honey. 321 Sheena. New relationship, yes or no? Yes, of course there would be a new relationship for you. And there's a closure for whatever you had in the past. That's not going to happen again, whatever it was. They're telling me whatever happened in the past, that person in the past is not coming back. So you don't need to think about that or concern yourself with it. And there will be a new person coming in. Yeah. And so, well, it's final. Whatever happened there is the break is now final, and there will be no more continued communication. So this will free you up. I get a lot of healing needs to happen within your heart. You've been working a lot on this. I see you praying. I see you working even with crystals. I don't know if you've done that yet, but I think if you haven't, you should. Clearing your energy, clearing your head. You have. Okay, good. Clearing your energy, good. Clearing your energy, clearing your field. They're giving me a lot of vision of you in your own home or in some, looks like you have an altar or a place that you do some kind of, you do, okay. And you love to do this work. And it's very, very effective for clearing the heart, the soul, and the energy and everything around you. And you're very good at this. You're a very spiritual person, very high level, very loving individual. And you will be meeting the right person to match your energy, your vibration, who you are and what you really want. No longer a victim, and now to start a new phase in your life. And everything you've done has led to this. Within 6 months, I'm going forward now. I see a little child around you, a little girl. It's either you have one or that there would be one with this man, but I see a little child. Do you have a child, love?
Yeah, my son is 29.
Okay, so that's maybe this man would have a child, and I don't know. But I see a child. Okay, let me just. I want to get you more specific. What was that? What was that? Oh, well, maybe he. Oh, that's interesting. Because I see a little girl. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you may be finding this man may have some connection to a younger girl. Now, your son is 29, you said? Okay, let me see if he's going to be getting married and if there's anything there going on with him. I'm going off in a different direction, so I don't want to do that. I just want to focus on your question about love. But I do see a little girl floating around, so we'll see what that is. It either could come from your son and his own connection, some from the new man. But I was looking for a man when I saw that, so I have a feeling this man's going to be bringing in somebody that would be very special to you, like a little girl. Now, let me look at the man. Can I see him, please? I'm asking Spirit to show me. So now that you've cleared yourself, you now need to get out a little bit more, and you've done a lot of energy work and preparation. So you need to get out a little bit more to allow the universe to connect this person into your life. I'm going out your door, right? I'm going out your door now, and I'm looking around to see where they're showing what to do, because you need to do something, they're telling me. Okay, hold on. Don't mind about that 60 seconds and all that. Just pay no attention to that. Okay, they're telling me that you need to get going on some healing work that you want to do, and that will bring him in. All right. So, yeah. And as soon as you start doing that healing work for others, you're going to find this man steps into your space. Yep. All right. And that's why it's all, yeah. And if you don't do that, it's not going to happen. But you need to start doing that. You've done such a great job with yourself. Other people need this service. Okay? Yeah. All right, love. All right. Well, I'm being told that you are, and now, by the way, you don't have to be perfect before you do the healing work. You're ready to do it. By the way, when you do healing work, you end up healing yourself too as you continue. You've already done 90% of the work. You'll never be perfect, and nobody ever will be perfect, but you're at the right time now to start it. And I feel that you should pick a location that might be out of the home to do that. And I see something to do with body work to do with it. So I don't know, there seems to be a place, a location that you can do it out of the home that's going to allow you to meet people and get going on this next phase of your life. So don't worry about anything more than that, other than just following that work. And through that, meeting people, you may even go to some social gatherings, some networking events, things like that, where you're meeting other people that are like-minded. You will be meeting this person. And I see a little child around him as well. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Yes, it is wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sheena. Take care, sweetie. God bless.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to working with you again next week. And if you'd like a private session, just go to booklaura.com. And there, if you place radio show in the event code field, don't you love these fields? You'll obtain a third more time free. Did I say free? I did. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.